GED Ready Test exam questions. 1. 0.1 Desperately needing an immediate repair, and 0.2 I was in desperate need of an immediate repair, 0.3 in desperate need of an immediate repair, which 0.4 I was in desperate need of an immediate repair, and 2. 0.1 Shop and told the receptionist, Joe Collins that 0.2 shop, and told the receptionist Joe Collins that 0.3 shop and told the receptionist, Joe Collins, that 0.4 shop, and told the receptionist Joe Collins, that LTH3. 0.1 Its imported parts may be unfamiliar to 0.2. Its imported parts may be unfamiliar to 0.3. Its imported parts may be unfamiliar to 0.4. Its imported parts may be unfamiliar to 4. 0.1 Situation and call to help her, another technician, Paul Czerny. 0.2 Situation and call another technician, Paul Czerny, to help her. 0.3 Situation, and then calling Paul Czerny, who was another technician, to help her. 0.4 Situation, after which Paul Czerny was another technician s. 1. Was in desperate need of an immediate repair, and 2. Shop and told the receptionist, Joe Collins, that 3. Its imported parts may be unfamiliar to 4. Situation and call another technician, Paul Czerny, to help her. How does including a list of chemicals in paragraph 7 help the author achieve his purpose? By emphasizing the dangerous conditions for workers. Which main idea can be inferred from paragraph 7? OD. People should be careful when taking apart electronics. Based on the details in paragraph 3, what generalization can be made about 20th century presidents and the State of the Union address? D. Most presidents made the address as accessible as possible. Which detail in the excerpt supports the theme that memories should be cherished and kept alive? The narrator's cousin holds on to the name of an old friend. How does the setting of the kitchen enhance the meaning of the excerpt? By showing that surroundings can change, much like the seasons. Based on the article, what is one advantage of shipping electronic waste from the United States to poor nations overseas? It is less expensive than responsible recycling. Drag and drop 3 details that support the main idea from Jackson's article into the empty boxes. Main idea: presidents have modified the State of the Union address to serve their own purposes. 1. The name of the address was changed to the State of the Union in the mid-1900s. 2. The address was delivered to Congress as a written report. 3. The audience for the address was expanded to include the nation in 1923. What can readers infer from this sentence? The buggy is empty, the bowl is brimful. The narrator and his cousin have finished their task. Based on Jackson's article, what can readers infer from the sentence? The writers of the Constitution did not dictate the methods the president must use to give the address. Each option shows 2 claims and a conclusion from the article. Which option shows claims that build on each other to arrive at the given conclusion? Claim: consumers have an insatiable desire for new electronic devices. Claim: electronics recycling companies are known to have occasionally questionable practices. Conclusion: consumers need to take some responsibility for ensuring their old devices are disposed of safely. How does the word however in paragraph 9 function in this article? OC. It emphasizes a contrast between the brief pleasure of a new gadget and the greater benefits of recycling properly. How are Jackson's and Adel's articles similar? Both articles discuss the audience's changing experience of the State of the Union address. How does paragraph 2 relate to paragraph 1? Paragraph 2 identifies the effects of the cause presented in paragraph 1. Which word would the narrator use to describe his cousin's behavior in PG4? Joyful. Drag 3 quotation 1. The narrator has a special relationship with his cousin. 2. Rituals are followed when preparing to make Fury's cake. 3. The narrator's cousin is influenced by the change of season. 1. Other people inhabit the house. Relax, we are not, on the whole, too much aware of them. 2. Queenie begs to taste, and now and again my friend sneaks her a mite, though insisting we deprive ourselves. 3. Consider the kitchen of a spreading old house in a country town. How do the data in FICOR 1 extend the information in Jackson's article? OB, by revealing when the address saw the greatest change. Identify the two statements that would be essential to a summary of the article and the two statements that would not be essential to a summary of the article. Then drag and drop each statement into the correct location on the charts. 1. Essential to a summary. 2. No essential to a summary. 1. Electronics contain dangerous substances that must be handled and disposed of in specific ways. Millions of computers and other electronics are discarded each year. 2. Buying new electronics is often less expensive for consumers than repairing older versions. Buying a new electronic gadget can give someone instant gratification. Which detail in the excerpt supports the idea that the narrator and his cousin spend a substantial amount of time together? Their outdoor activities with the buggy. Drag and drop two statements that express Adel's purposes for writing his article into the empty boxes. 1. To analyze the findings of a report about people viewing the address on television. 2. To emphasize the benefits of real-time news over day-old news. Fewer Americans are watching the address via live television, but it still influences American voters and public discourse. Which idea mentioned in Adel's article does this sentence support? That more of the American public is accessing the State of the Union through newer technology. Why is the buggy significant to the narrator? It is part of the memorable errands and traditions of the different seasons.